Honorable admiration, all my good brothers and sisters of the felon. Diago, Megoy, Higuayi.
Honorable admiration, all my good brothers and sisters of the felon.
Sarugueta, Sarugueta. How you doing? Hope all is good. Hope all is well. Hope y'all enjoying your 4th of the Jews live. I'm seeing in the community we're getting a lot of correction going on. I'm definitely enjoying that. So I got a treat. Got a good treat for everybody today. A short treat, but a treat. Let's cut this music off. All right, all right. So let's get right down to the meat potato. In fact, before I do get to the meat potato, let me share some images of my discoveries. See, many people can go to places that are popular and documented by pale faces, but to go to a place and document yourself, it's another story. And many of us are lacking in that. I was as well till I took it upon myself to really, dig in and look into these things. So you know, it's not an easy thing to do with all the stuff going on in the world, all the technology, the ways we live. We have our jobs, we have every obstacle in the world. So it's not easy to take time away from your life to go investigate, to go dig your feet in, to go up to these locations. And there are many locations in California that we'll be going to and documenting, showing, and proving. Something I love doing, something I've always been into as I embarked my journey into the communities that are in social media. I always sought to go above and beyond. Always wanted to take the steps further than my elders. I wanted to investigate. I wanted to be adventurous as possible. And most of us, men growing up as boys, we all did the same thing. I mean, who didn't go in the backyard and dig up some holes and get cussed out by your mom? I know I did. You know, I love going to camping sites and camping. Me and my relatives did it once a year. We went to a place called Leo Creole Beach, not too far from Pepperdine College, and enjoyed the surroundings and things that you would see and find. Pun intended, because the sea's right there on the beach. So my observance of nature was a little different than others. Many people uh, would rather have sat home, played Nintendo. I mean, not, y'all probably think I'm a dinosaur now, but what I'm saying is, many of us rather sat home and watched TV. At that time, the TV was damn near big as your refrigerator, but lasted a lot longer than the TVs today. So what I'm saying, before I dig in some more stuff, man, y'all, we have a lot going on. Hopefully, y'all checked out what our good brother DJ Katak, DJ Cut, put together. I believe that was yesterday. The best side is the west side versus the east side. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. And I definitely enjoyed that. Got my dash on playing some jams that it brings back memories, so it's good to dig deep into the memories that we had with our relatives, that our ancestors, our elders who are no longer with us. I often remember sitting at the feet of my father's mother, you know, and the knowledge that she had passed down directly from her ancestors. She didn't have too much of the distraction of outside information. In fact, my grandmother didn't have a birth certificate. My grandmother didn't even get a driver license or what you call a high school diploma, GED, until like after her 30s. She had no inclination to trying to be like these boulets, these sophisticated bourgeoisie, so-called pale-faced lovers, that will put their fist up and yell black power, but then when they start talking, all of their major points are pale-face points. So I was blessed to have that. And I believe in this community, the Aboriginal community, that many of us have that. And I often show the picture. In fact, I'm going to put the picture back up. Let me see if I can get to the damn picture. All right, well, I'll put it up later. All right, y'all, I got to do a mic check as usual. All right, well, I'll put it up later. All right, so, I often show a picture of my father's family. And so people could, see, because many people are under the impression that I shouldn't be in a position. And these are mainly Pan Africans that feel this, like you're not in a position to talk to the people, so you don't have a say in saying that we're not from Africa. You ain't from Africa. You or we got Rat Boy, Ratatouille, Mighty Mouse, more like Minnie Mouse. Just flat out calls me white boy. So this is a thing that is, I definitely have to reveal this today. This is a COINTELPRO thing as well. And many don't know that there was a thing about separating people who are not mixed from the people who are mixed. And when the tables turned in that situation, right before the 1860s, during the 1860s, and really after the 1860s, where if you, what was the saying go? If you black, get back. If you brown, you can stick around. And if you white, you all right. These silly phrases that came out of the 1860s of acceptance and to being somebody who you respected, to give you information, to be your boss, to be your professor at a school, to be a source of, gathering information. Like when people go to a Library of Congress, you're still going to the people who do not have the best intention. When you deal with documented records of anything in any form, you have to keep in mind that these are rewrites. Everything is rewritten. So many people, a lot of Pan Africans and little Rap Boy and those that think like Rap Boy, you're definitely missing out, because I have the books that are actually written from the 19th century that are printed on hemp paper, printed on Tuscarora paper. So I have access to these books. In fact, my avatar on this picture is from that book, and it's called Paradise Lost. That's not the only book. So I actually have the evidence. I've had the evidence in my hand. I used to challenge people to read 10 pages and tell me that you understand what you're reading. So if you ever get a chance to go look at the book Paradise Lost, you don't think of that nonsense where they say Gustav Doré did the illustrations and John Milton and they wrote this in the 13th century and 14th century. It's bullshit. It was a man named Reverend Carey who wrote that, who were dealing with these park rangers and missionaries. So even when you deal with what's his name? His name slips my mind. The person who the great mathematician who wrote about, you know, the Jesuits made up a false history and they put things back that happened 800 years ago. They put it back to 2 to 3,000 years ago, and a lot of us have made the great mistakes like I did, and talking about these things. I would dig into the Royal Society and pump it up like, man, y'all following these white folks. Y'all following the fellows of the Royal Society. And at the time, I will say that I was holding on to a lot of information that I didn't want to share because I didn't want people to know certain things. Because then they would say, oh, wait a minute, if that's true, then that means that it was our own people that sold our own people into slavery. So as I was digging and finding more, I'm finding that it was our people enslaving other people going through catastrophic events and not having a way to feed themselves. So you had people who called themselves, who are called now Anishinaabe, which is really the language, and are called Algonquin and Tuscarora. And I'm gonna start revealing some stuff today, man. A group of people called Beja. A lot of these people, some other groups too from the South, and they went along with the whole Monrovia, Liberia situation, the whole President Monroe situation. But they're not telling you about the Khedive Decree. They're not telling you that people left Canada and went to Egypt and built up Egypt and went to Sudan and built up Sudan. They had a great return of those people who returned back to Canada. And many people under the impression that, oh, they're coming over here to get away from there. Nah, they know their roots are from here. See, there's a lot of people around the world that do not have the westernized distraction. And the ones who do go by that westernized distraction, a lot of them are immigrating here or migrating here to America. So it's a great deal of confusion and information, especially dealing with linguistics, especially dealing with historical accounts, because many of us are still having issues gathering information because we're running into these brick walls. We're running into these burnt Library of Congresses. We're running into these burnt churches. We're running into these burnt and flooded records. We're running into these flooded cities that we built, these ancient civilizations. So instead of relying on these people, it's time that we go see this stuff for ourselves. They're fencing up stuff. They won't allow me to get to certain locations. That that's insane. Could you picture somebody in India that's from India that let a people from England come fence up an area and tell them it's a historical area and they cannot go into that area? That's impossible. Or tell them the park's closing, you got to go home. How the hell you gonna tell me something's closing when this is our shit? You know, how you gonna tell me what I can do on my land? So these same people who are Pan Africans and these Pan Africans trying to portray themselves like they're Aboriginals or island Pan Africans who are using certain identities or not really from Africa or just from the islands, and they're going along with the get along, and they're linking up with these so-called rats, rats, bats, and cats, or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. And they have these hidden agendas. And so these hidden agendas are pouring out a great deal of bullshit. I mean, to be genuine and honest about it, a great deal of bullshit. So when a person says, this is what happens when we deal with these Aboriginals, but they're not dealing with an Aboriginal. They're not dealing with authentic Aboriginals. So, I didn't have that problem um, in my own city. I didn't have that problem in my own town of things like this. So this stuff is unnatural to me. To think that if I share the truth, some agent's gonna come and take my information and use it as if it's theirs, and at the same time discredit me. That we didn't have stuff like that in my hood. But I noticed that when I went to other towns and stuff in other states, that type of mentality has become a natural way, and that mentality is pure pale face mentality. It's always been a pale face mentality to be greedy, to be selfish, to take something that's not theirs and proclaim it as if it is theirs, and then present it to you as if they've discovered something. And then you go back to your grandparents, tell you a whole story about it. You talk to your father, and he's telling you, "Oh yeah, shit, my your grandfather's cousin and his peoples and some other Aboriginal melanated people, they're the one that came here to California and built up California, what was destroyed." So this is a great deal of historical betrayal. And if y'all have had the chance to check out the interview with Alex Jones and Mike Tyson, you're gonna hear both Alex Jones, little pale red dude, and Mike Tyson talking about that, basically history is like some shit that we just let them tell us and we accept. You have to if you want an A in the class, you need to get the right answer. You're not going to tell the teacher, nah, my ancestor told me this. You're going to get an F. You're not going to pass, you know? So when I was in high school, I made those mistakes. In junior high school, I made those mistakes. Like, what, man? Christopher Columbus saying that shit some bullshit. Like, I literally got kicked out of class for that. My parents would tell you, anybody from my hood would tell you, like, man, Matthew's always been on this shit. I've been on this shit since a teenager. Never believed this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people, had different paths. I don't have that same path. So just running in the hood and gang banging and running the streets and chasing women down Crenshaw, you know what I'm saying, and down Colorado Boulevard in my city. I don't just have that. So when you have people like myself, and others that are like me that can share somewhat of the same history, we are literally becoming, what I'm saying, we're going from cold to polished diamonds in the community. And, we feel like a lot of us are feeling like we're not being appreciated, you know. And when we present information to other people, they appreciate it. They ready to bust out their pocketbooks, their checkbooks, their wallets. They're ready to send you some Bitcoin and all that. So, what I'm saying, anybody can read a book, anybody can write down some poetry and recite it and make a rap song and do all that and you know what I'm saying, and do that. But when you have artists and you have DJs who are really about their people and about their life, they're not getting the same treatment as these damn people you see on BET. When you have our artists who are, you know, putting Nietzsche and they talking about what really happened in America, like, man, that shit should be played in everybody's radio. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear a big farmer rapper. I don't want to hear also tired of all these damn rappers that come out like, I'm not with the fugazi stuff. I'm not with the boy fuckery. But I don't got nothing against the LGBTQ. I ain't got nothing against them. I'm tired of that fake shit too. You know what I'm saying? Enough is enough on that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get that shit out real quick, man. So, man, it's a lot of people in the community who are, putting their all in it, man. Did y'all see what the stuff that Aboriginal Power brought this morning? Like, come on, man. Man, we need to really build up, really do some things. I mean, just look at what happens to the brothers and things that happened to him. Look what happened to Cyrus Seti. You know what I'm saying? He lost his damn mind thinking he from over there in Africa. He done lost his damn mind. If you go meet him in person, he gonna tell you Waller Beach while the planes take off with Cyrus Seti. Oh damn, this was built. This whole beach was built by a melanated person. Yeah, this beach right here. While the police come, brought Cyrus Seti to Pasadena, California. Dude knows that this is our shit. Young Pharaoh knows this is our shit. And there's many other people. Ali Muhammad, we all know who Ali Muhammad is. All these people know who this shit is. But we have this situation where the Aboriginal community once again is being painted as a dirty element. So it's time for like all the Aboriginals to just like really like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not fucking pat on the back to be like, man, y'all bow down, man. Y'all need to just bow down. If you can't say anything good about us, you either shut the fuck up. You either shut the fuck up, take notes. Cool, you think you a Pan-African, you think you an African, cool. I mean, we don't give a damn. But everything is from here. All this shit is from here. You think you a black European, you think you black Krishna, you think you black Buddha from Japan and all that shit. Cool, but just remember, all that shit originates here. Give a damn if you believe that shit. All that shit, all of the teachings, the meditation, the chanting, all of the building to eat preparations and how to properly grow the food, man, all that's from here. All that's from here, man. You know, this whole black UK shit that you come from some royal UK ancestry bullshit. What the hell are they eating? Man, what the fuck were they eating? What food did y'all have? How the hell you gonna tell me y'all built these castles and all that stuff and then say, oh, they built the stuff over there and floated it to America? Y'all, damn, you can't even prove that some shit came from that some bunch of slaves packed in like sardines came from Africa to America. Now you're gonna say they took castles from Europe and brought them to America. God damn, this shit crazy. And then we get these Pan Africans and these so-called Afrocentrics, these confused, we got some confused Moors, that really think that they were over there doing all these miraculous things. Like it shit is crazy. It's crazy. And all this stuff is tying in to the point where this whole way that we looked at, we just going about it. It's like you can't have a scar that doesn't even have a band-aid on it, and you just going about your life, but this shit ain't healing. Shit is not healing, man. People are not healing. People still confused out here. People still doing all these damn these big pharma drugs and shit, running the street. We got these teenagers going nuts. Everything is still insane, man. If you really show the greatness, you really show all these great things that we're about. And once they leave that, it's going back to a regular life. So I'm saying that we got to do more. We have to do more, and we have to show that we're capable of doing these things. I mean, I'm really ready to build. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of living and paying rent to somebody that's dumb as dog shit. I'm tired of doing these things and delivering to some fucking idiots. I'm tired of that. So I don't know. I'm not saying all that you with me, but it's gonna be that shit. You gotta be qualified. So when I move and I build my own city, like, what I'm saying, I'm gonna make sure it's to the point where, if you build it, they will come. And by that time, it might be too late. If you don't have something to bring to the table, nigga, don't sit at the table. Fuck it, don't even come in the room. So put yourself in a position to bring something to the table. Let's really do something. Every one of our sisters and our elders, man, every single one of the sisters should have some type of garden growing. Every single one of our men should know how to use their hands. We should know how to build. We should know how to build a house. We should know how to build the plumbing. So let's get down to the foundation. We should know how to build a plumbing system. You know, an irrigation system. So so it can be running water. Everyone should know how to properly smelt copper and how to put these copper in these walls and plaster it up and how to make it look right, not rigged, not sloppy looking, but have it looking better. The whole point is to build stuff doing. We did it in the past. Go back 20 years. We did that. All this shit, man, we did it. I look at black and whites and it's like, yeah, oh, the slaves did it. Man, stop it. We built that shit because that's how we wanted to live at the time. Best roads possible. Running water, all these things, man. We built this shit. We ain't got no excuse no more. And now we got the technology to take it further. All our inventors and innovators from the 19th century, where did that go? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tap in and just be spiritual and chant, think I'm floating like a damn Jedi Gandhi motherfucker. Nah, I want to build the shit that I can float in. I want to build a pyramid. You know, I want to build these. Looking into this whole California State Park Ranger situation, man, I was like, man, this is some bullshit. This is some real bullshit. Got this book last year, and you know, got this book last year and was just like, oh, hold on, man. They're making it look like they came over here and explain why how important California is, and fuck these borders. Baja, California, Arizona, I probably already said that. West Coast area. Now, I've had a lot of experience in the South. I've seen some amazing things in the South, and went to visit Sowerson Park. I got to see the black and whites of the area. I've been to Indiana. I've seen the structures. I've seen the black and whites of the structures in Indiana, what it looked like before Paleface put their hands on it, and after when they added all the little bullshit they added. Like I've seen this stuff. I've been to New York. I went to where my Seneca ancestors were buried. I've been to Seneca Park. Like I have gone to these places. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this stuff. I've seen the greatness, but I know for a fact we can be great again. That we can build these great things again. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people like digging in the past. Man, I'm ready for the future. I'm ready for the future, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit, man. Seriously, we need to build our own hospitals. We need to build our own police stations for people that get out of hand. Our own people. No, we just had another brother running for his life from the police and gunned down. There's no excuse for that if it's his own people doing it. But you got this pale idiot running around here, looking like fried bacon and shit, probably smelling like a 1,000-year-old glass of mayonnaise or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Sweating and shit. Probably pissed off he running because their whole body fucking breaks down from doing anything too long. And then they're firing all these shots at this brother. I understand the brother shot at him, but shit, leave us alone. It's just like leave us the fuck alone. So if we build a city that's just more popping and everything. We build a city that we gotta go move an Aboriginal town. We gotta build this shit, man. We gotta a social media to link up with like minds who are gonna devote money to building our own town. Let's build our own city. Let's build our own town. Let's start out by putting the food there first. Let's start out by getting our fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains there. If you still want to eat meat, cool. But you better raise your own animals. You know, they doing all kind of supersonic weapons and killing tens of thousands of cows. You think that they let them cows rot in the ground? Bullshit. Man, they done shot them up with some good old GMO and sent their ass to that McDonald factory. You know, they got some big ass chickens bigger than dogs now. Y'all eating that shit? Nah. So if y'all want to eat these things, we gotta get into livestock. Gotta get into animal husbandry. Got to get back to this. We got to get back to it. My grandmother said they didn't have grocery stores growing up. My grandmother is she'll be 91 this year. Like we didn't have grocery store. That's my last uh grandparent that's alive. Like when we were children, shit, we went to the backyard and got our food. Our animals were right down the street at our cousin's spot. He had the farm. We had these things and we traded these things. Like, damn, y'all didn't y'all have money? Yeah, we had money, but they were still bartering. Man, come on, man. We gotta get to it. So there's some big time secrets about this part of the world. And I think that a lot of people are really sleeping on it. I think a lot of people are sleeping on California. And I understand because you know what I'm saying, people want to represent their state. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Show your love for your state, man. Represent. Cool. I'm all about it. But when I represent Pasadena, you know, some people are, especially from out here in Cali, they're thinking it's some gangbang shit. Nah, man. Pasadena means crown of the valley in Ojibwa. That's a Algonquin language. That's a Anishinaabe language. Some people under the impression that I'm just Iroquois. Nah, stop it. Man, kill it dead. Pasadena means crown of the valley. When they came to California, they said Eureka. Gotta look into these things. When they came to California, you have the gold rush. They didn't tell us that West Africa was the Gold Coast, but it turns out the real Gold Coast is California. Gold going all the way from California up to Alaska. When you look up Trump's grandfather and look into the Alaskan story, you're gonna find that they had a gold rush in Alaska. They had a gold rush in Seattle, Washington, in that Washington area over there. They had a gold rush in Oregon, but they only tell you about California. This whole side of the world, the Pacific coast, is connected and holding keys to all ancient civilizations. Again, I emphasis on all holds the key. Holds the key. This is where the perfecting of building pyramids went down. But it's being guarded. It's being guarded by the guardians of Yosemite. These goofy looking motherfuckers, man. So let me show some more. Let me slide some more music on, man. Show some more images before I dig into this book that I got in my possession. By the way, next I will go over the book of Los Angeles. So I mean, again, there's no other place on planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? We could say all the Varana ships in India and the Krishna, Kali, and Vishnu, and the Bhagavad Gita, and the goddamn Varnashrama Dharmas, and all that Hindu Book of the Dead shit, and the great Buddhas of China and stuff, and all that. But man, man, you can't find anything about California's greatness. All you find is the name California. They confuse you about the name California itself. Oregon, they're not gonna tell you Oregon, the defeating of the dragon, the Oregon story. No, they're gonna make you think that's in the UK. You go look up in Washington, Seattle area. You got the Mima Mounds. There are more mounds in Seattle, Washington. Well, it's Washington State than the rest of the world has combined. More the Mima Mounds, and again, I spoke on this last time. They are such some fucking haters because they had nothing to do with it. That they'll say, "Oh, some big buff ass teenage mutant ninja gophers pushed this shit up." So a bunch of gophers pushed these fucking mounds up and made them look like that. Goddamn, a lot of bullshit going on. So let me hit this music, y'all. Show y'all some images of this stuff and go over these images with y'all, man. So let me take a break. quick little break first, y'all. Gather themselves. I said a mouthful. Hold on, y'all. I can go over these images with y'all. Let me take a quick little break. First, y'all. Yeah, I want y'all to. Okay, this is a picture. Before I get to the park ranger, but this is. I took this picture today. This picture I took while I was driving on Grand Street is it's mind blowing. But you know what I'm saying, I just want everyone to other picture. Let me go back to it. I mean, everybody. Well, put it like this: if you have a gluten diet, you know what I'm saying, we eat a lot of bread and a lot of a lot of fiber like products, or forgot the other stuff, man. It really damages your eyes, and it builds up in your colon, and it damages your eyes. I'm not gonna go all in that. Definitely, come on, Wi-Fi. I mean, okay. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Let's see. I'm having some. Okay. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Okay, it's cool. Let's see. Okay, so this is an image that is very difficult to see from the ground. I'm on the third floor, so that would put my head about 20, 25, 26 feet above the ground here in Azusa. Pasadena is not the proper way that the word is pronounced. And when they do a breakdown of the word, uh, Pasadena is like a governor or ruler of something, but then they say it means crown. And then they'll say Dina means the valley. But actually, the real breakdown of Pasadena, anybody is familiar with the pseudo ass language called Arabic, which I have a big problem with. Story the other day too. It's actually Basha. It's actually Basa Din Ya. And if you talk to these punk ass mestizos around here, especially well, the ones that aren't so don't got too much mestizo and they mestizo, and the way that they pronounce it, you get to understand that actually it doesn't mean crown of valley, it means governor of heaven. Again, it doesn't mean crown of valley, but I'll say it. I even put it in the music. Really means governor of heaven. But they want to put twist in it because these Gabrianos, you know, they like to put twist in everything and put their stamp on it, which Chippewa word. It's a Chippewa word. And then you think, why Chippewa word and get away with it? When you look it up, it's clear as day. If anybody looks up the word Pasadena, it's gonna tell you clear as day. It's a Chippewa word. It's an Ojibwa word. That's going into Algonquin and Anishinaabe, and that's in Canada and the East Coast, in the Midwest. So when I went on Little Rat Boy's channel, they're saying, "How you saying Iroquois in languages over here are got anything to do with over there for the fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains?" See, there's a story, man. There's a story that it needs to be explained. You know, that maybe the move to the West was returning to the West for many. Story for another day. I got a couple. Damn, got like 3 stories for another day for everybody. So here you can see face. If you can't make it out, I don't know what to tell you. But from my position, the best way you can see this image is if from overhead. You'd have to fly over. And most of these things that are on the mountains, and they'll even tell you that at the Keys Nation, that yeah, we know about all the faces on the mountains. We did a fairy tale story of that and the details of that. Y'all need to check out the second horror story. This right here is obviously a face. A face, in fact, with some type of headdress. I mean, you can, it's not easy to make out. So I understand that's why I don't beat people up and be like, man, your brain's broken. or, like I was at first when I was, seeing these things. Or people be like, oh, you crazy, you don't know what you're talking about, or, stuff like that. And it's like, but if some pale face motherfucker came out, ooh, look at this tourist attraction and shit, they'd be like, oh yeah, there it is. And people will go to the pale face and ignore me. But that's cool. It's all good. It's all good. All to the good. Wait till I show y'all these images on this California State Park Ranger. But so again, here go another image. This is right next to that. This is next to that image. Not easy to make out. Not easy to make out at all. Closer you go to it, the harder it is to make out. But if you have a trained eye, you can see this stuff. You can see it clear as day. If you know what you're looking at, you really can see it. You really can see it. And I showed this image earlier of them breaking down they're breaking down a plateau that has that pyramid on it. And they get the mineral wealth out of this. All this stuff that they're looking at, that the Keys Nation people supposedly allow, but I'm pretty sure they tell them we about to do this. Have anything to do with them. They don't guard actual mounds and earthworks and these pyramid structures. They don't guard that. They guard the information about it. So I'll share some information about it. It'll be some private bills, but certain things, I'm saying, I give out this last Monday. And there was a brother in the chat that said, oh man, he drives by this stuff all the time and it feels like it's communicating with him. I'm telling y'all got, if y'all come to California, go to San Gabriel Mountains, you'll find out why Pasadena is the governor of heaven, why Los Angeles is Los Angeles, why Angeles is angels, and all these Los Angeles streets and Pasadena streets are going up to some. And you have a place called Southgate. It's the southern gate into this area, to ancient civilization. So what I'm getting at is we have a story of Atlantis, we have a story of Lemuria, we have the story of Mu, we have other civilization stories, but the story of the archangel, the angel, the story of heaven on earth, that shit's right here. So this story predates all that other shit. That's why the stuff here, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil nothing. That's why when they find bones and skull structures and stuff, and they're like, man, they find like early man, early man size. Like, man, this shit is like something millions. This is 200 some thousand. That's why. That's why shit is so old here, man. Shit old as dirt. Old as dirt. Let me stop playing, man. Let me stop playing. Man. So they're breaking down Xaxamonga. Here, still on the mountain, playing say what it is. I want people to see it for themselves. Now, it's one thing to see it here on a photo, but when you come in person and see it, and your jaw's gonna drop. Anybody that I brought to Arrow in Azusa and said, "Hey, look at that right there," your jaw will drop. Like, God damn. Hey, the old Mac heads are cool, but the shit on these mountains can swallow the Olmec head. I don't know, man. Stories, man, but the stuff that I found for myself here, groundbreaking. So, man, I'm literally, I'm still dealing with this information. I'm still digging into this information and trying to figure out what's really going on. So let me get to this. It's been a good hour. I can get to this. California State Park is highly questionable. And you can see here, you have a stone throne. I swear, when I find that throne, I'm sitting on that. I'm taking all the selfies in the world. I'm about to send pictures to everybody that the man is here. Shit. If nobody else want to do it, I'll do it. I don't want to run. I don't want to control everything. I'm not a person that wants to dictate and delegate and dominate. Saying that's their shit. But it maybe I might have to. Maybe I might have to run for president. Maybe I might have to do these things because I don't feel that they're in a position to really run anything in this country. If anything, there's a position of order, a position of control. We are the only people that should be in that position. So it's time for us to stop ignoring it and get on our throne, man. Let's get back on the throne. Let's look at this goofy ass motherfucker thinking that he ran some shit. Where it at? There it is right there. Hopefully y'all can see it. Look at that goofy looking motherfucking pale face. This photo look funny, by the way, too. It looked funny, but look at this motherfucker. If you gonna take orders from this motherfucker, talking about he the guardians of Yosemite, motherfucker, get that guardian of the galaxy. Where it goes to this area, and this man name is Galen. So it says was appointed state guardian of Yosemite on May 12th, was California's and the nation's first park ranger. So you hear about Illinois, the Illinois people, the Illinois people on the Chicago, Illinois, and all that, and we hear that like some of the oldest say, "Wait, nah, those are the first. Those are the real rangers." Then you look into the BPOE, the Elks Lodge. You'll say, "Wait a minute, the Elk Lodge. They're talking about coming right out of the Civil War. What's going on here?" And by the way, yeah, I got to brag about this shit. I really don't share too much about my mother's family, but like I have documented, information on that in an ancestor that's actually in a civil war, that is actually in a picture. That's my great grandmother's brother that had in Fox. He's in the picture, and I'll share that another time. So anyway, and it ain't the pale face, and I know y'all might have seen it where you got the brother next to the pale face looking more like an actor maroon looking motherfucker. The brother in the picture with the gun and he got the rifle on his lap, and he has like a gun in his shirt and a knife bearing it. That's my blood. That's my blood relative. You know. All right, cool. I don't really brag about that shit, but anyway. So Yosemite Valley and the Mariposa Grove of Big Trees were California state parks from 1864 until they were returned to federal control in 1906. I don't like saying O because O is not a number. It's pictured here in the photo card that he apparently handed out while guardian. So he handing out his own selfie. Like, yeah, now I mean, I'm the guardian. That's what they really felt. When they got here, they said, Eureka, we found it. Like, nigga, we found it. Eureka. Paradise Lost. Okay, I'll even get bit ass Hebrew Israelites and confused people that are believers in that stuff. That's what Paradise Lost is about. This is the supposable place where the lost angels fell. It is the battle in heaven between the archangels and Lucifer. Why it's called San Gabriel Mountains. Why NASA JPL headquarters is in Pasadena. I hope it clicks, maybe, for some, because I know we got some good flat earth brothers and sisters in the community. So you can get an understanding that that's where the real deviant shit took place. That's where Jack Parsons wasn't in Texas. Jack Parsons wasn't in Florida. Albert Einstein wasn't in Texas. Albert Einstein wasn't in Florida. They were right there at the California Institution of Technology in Pasadena, California. Cal State. They were right there at NASA. Oh shit, man. Come on. Oh shit. Come on. Okay, it's cool. So now we have state fairs. The 1949 State Fair. Whitehead had a long and distinguished career with California State Park, rising through the ranks to retire as regional director of Southern California. After retirement, he was appointed and served as the commissioner on the California State Park and Recreational Commissions, courtesy of California State Parks. All right. And this book is written by Michael G. Lynch. I was going to put all that extra stuff in the description because I know people that like to doubt everything, like to go over all the sources and all that shit. Fuck that, I'm the source. You gotta go through me. How about that? So let's get to these images, y'all. All right. So right here, it says Galen Clark was appointed State's Guardian of Yosemite. Went over that. Okay, cool. Clark was California nation's first park ranger. Clark is pictured here on patrol near Nevada Falls. So, what I'm saying, over there, good brother, the Billy Goat, the Goat, Spring Chief Holiday over there in Nevada. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest states. There has a lot of ancient stuff there too. Las Vegas, Nevada Falls. So if y'all ever get a chance to go check out Nevada Falls, go check it out. It's breathtaking, mind blowing. So just off this trail, Clark's Point was named after the first and most renowned guardian of Yosemite. So they slapped their names, but they slapped these names on it. So Clark would serve 2 terms, a total of 22 years as guardian. Okay, cool. Let me get to the next. Yeah, I focused on what I read earlier, so you can see that for yourself. Let me let that sit for a minute. So if y'all heard what's it, Lois and Clark, story of John Muir. All right. So we got Clark was an early explorer and homesteader in the Yosemite region in 1855. He was among the earliest white men to enter Yosemite Valley. Clark is credited as being the first person not of Native American descent to discover the Mariposa Grove of big trees in 1857. This picture was taken in front of the grizzly giant in 1858 or 1859. Now you see how they pull this? They don't know what year or date it was. So I I'm not gonna spoil that. I'm gonna wait till let me wait. Okay, so courtesy of YNPRL, they got the L at the end because they line their motherfucking ass off. Photography, photographed by Carlton E. Watkins. Right now, look at this shit right here, y'all. Look at this shit right here. Yeah, you see him, punk ass. On June 30th, 1864, in the height of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln took time to sign a bill that had glided. What the fuck? Should be guilty. Glided through Congress with little fanfare. Carried by the Cojones, John Cones, or Cones, and Mariposa Grove were granted to the state of California. The premises shall be held for public use, resort, and recreation for all time, courtesy of the Library of Congress. Now, Library of Congress shit was burnt, so we know damn well. So I don't want to spoil it yet. Hold on. Okay, so as the new guardian, Galen Clark was given an 8-page letter of instruction regarding his duties. He was to protect and administer the new park, pacify Yosemite's Native Americans. See that? Pacify Yosemite's Native Americans. Okay, so is that the Native Americans of Yosemite sitting at their own place that they built? And while they're on horseback, I got a couple of mind-blowing things that I'm about to share right now. Strictly enforce the new state laws enacted to protect the park and prepare the park for public use. Clark is pictured here with some of the many tourists faces you can't make out. One of the faces you can make all this. You got someone sitting on a log in the left. You got some people moving in a horse. You can tell that the photo, it's not that clear. Not like that Abraham Lincoln photo. That shit is like under like a painting. Actually, I believe it is a painting, not a photo. Okay, there we go. Wow, look at this shit. So when it comes to those brothers that you saw on the porch there, um they're they're making it seem, just like when uh uh whenever they got the stories they just punked us or some shit and just controlled us and, and we were just so happy to be punked and shit. They write that in that story too. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So right here, you see who they got portrayed as a Native American. You see that shit, y'all? Look, there was no such thing as a Native American at this time. We know that. But look at this shit. It says the Yosemite Native Americans also came under Clark's charge. He persuaded them to stop their annual burning of the valley. Restricting these controlled burns quickly caused the valley to become overgrown. Clark and later guardians would have to, God damn, let's not touching so much, man. Order large scale cutting of bushes valley. Pictured are Susie and Sati Pauet Indians. Now you see that? So when you think of California, you're not gonna think that. Wait a minute. Didn't a lot of to the East Coast and go to the South to help fight against the invasion of the Pale Faces? Man, there's so much into this information in the story that it's really. So we got Susie and Sadie McGowan, my best McGowan, in 1901. See the year? Wait a minute. Time the fuck out. I thought this was happening in 1866, 1864. How the fuck does it skip all these years to the first year of the 20th century? Pale face, weird looking motherfuckers on some goddamn sled on her back. You really think that this woman was walking around with that baby on the back in that goddamn to make you believe? See, you can't see the face. See, I don't want to show you the real brothers that were over here doing that thing. They don't want you to know that. Like, wait a minute, why would y'all give the name? God damn, what the fuck? Oh shit, there it is. They give her name and the baby. They won't give you their name. They're just going to say, they don't even tell you the tribe name. They tell you the tribe name. They give the tribe and they give the name. They even give the name of the baby, but they're not going to give you the names of their guides, the people that are showing you this. So that's why I tell people, go read Paradise Lost and go look at those images. John Milton and Gustave Doré in the 13th, 14th, or whatever century they try and throw at you, that these are actually stories of when they arrived here on the West Coast and all that Spain coming here, 1492, and all these conquistadors over here in California. Man, there is no, again, no original writings to prove that shit. There are none. I don't even want to be fancy and say the word that I use all the time. There are no original writings at all to prove that. Some cursive shit you can't make out, or some so-called Spanish, and we all know Spanish is a language that was made up recently, and there was no country called Spain in 1866. So when they really got over here, when they really came to California, I'm about to get into that after I bust this out. So right here, there's a high school in Pasadena, California called John Muir, named after this dude. So Guardian Galen Clark was a fearless and relentless explorer, both on foot and by horse. John Muir and Clark was the best mountaineer I ever met. At Glacier Point as Guardian, Clark had guard trails or guardrails installed at Glacier Point for the safety of more timid visitors. Yeah, now y'all put that there because y'all dumbasses was falling off and dying. So John Muir, founder of the Sierra Club, arrived in Yosemite Valley in 1868 and met Galen Clark, who was then Guardian. Muir and Clark shared a kinship and love of Yosemite. Yeah, it sounded like he was doing some boy fuckery. They made many exploration trips together. Muir wrote an extensive memorial to Clark upon his death in 1910, which included calling Clark one of the most sincere tree lovers I ever knew. Probably because he climbed this fucking tree. Weirdos. So, let me show. So, they're up there, and this is what they're looking at. So, in secret, in the lodges, they say, Eureka, we found it. We found civilization of heaven. Yeah, we got the old ancient civilizations, Mesopotamia. We got that fake ass Egypt over there shit. We got the fake ass Greek over there shit. All the heaven and shit where it was, and all that shit is right here on the west coast of America. I'll put some money on that this shit is ground zero. You're not gonna find anywhere else on planet Earth that is calling a place. This is Archangel Mountain. Why is it called Archangel Mountain? Well, then what's it called? The Archangel Gabriel, San Gabriel Mountains. And then the motherfuckers that are guarding the shit call themselves Gabrianos. Pasadena, they're gonna tell you means crown of the valley. They're gonna even say crown and key of the valley. But the real name is Bashadina, which means God of heaven. Then you have a place called Los Angeles that's going even deep down in the valley. Hell, in the coast of California, most of that shit's underwater. That shit spreads out like another 100 miles, but it's underwater. So much civilization underwater off of the coast of California. I'm not even gonna talk. That there goes number 4 for another day. And if people want to do that, we're gonna have to hop in some submarines, do some scuba diving, or get some teams of people to do this stuff. Is not cheap. If you want to come to California, we could hop in a plane. Or I have a pilot. We can fly over this stuff and look at this stuff. We can get in a helicopter and fly over this stuff. RIP. If you know, there's some theories going out, but Kobe Bryant RIP his damn self. Again, I've shown the biggest uncle structure. Our ancestors made structure out of it. People that are putting out this petrified giant, rather it be in all this crazy shit happen, the shit that nightmares are made of really did happen. It doesn't defeat the point that our ancestors still made structures out of this shit. Our ancestors are attached to something that's even greater than what we thought. There's some people who talk about the petrified shit in flat earth, and they're gonna tell you that the people who we call white, paleface, or whatever have only been on this planet for 300 years. And that's from palefaces them fucking themselves. Some palefaces will go even further and say that they came from heaven. The people that took over the Iroquois and taking over the name and the story and shit, they talk about they came from heaven, that they knocked over a tree up in heaven and went and fell through the hole and came to earth and threw some dirt on the turtle. Shit crazy, y'all. Shit crazy. So, I mean, this is on part 1 of the series. Y'all. I've only showed pages up to page 13. Up to page 14. Let me see. Yep, there's some other pages, stone structure, and some other stuff that I'm gonna show. I'm gonna do another one because this is just chapter 1. I'm gonna cover the rest of chapter 1 next Monday, and then go into chapter. The first park ranger. Motherfuckers doing some boy fuckery shit up here. The dates of the second chapter is more accurate and more authentic. And on next Monday, that they say that the Chinese were brought over here in 1855, and then the Japanese were brought here in 1866. Well, why is there no fucking mention of them over here building the goddamn railroads over here? But shit, no fucking mention at all. Think about that. 1891 to 1928. That's when they came over here with the fuckery. When Clark dies, that's the same year they brought different countries' air forces, and they were learning to fly, and all the Wright brothers shit's going on. They got in gliders, blimps, and airplanes, and they flew over this stuff, and they saw what this shit looked like from above. What we call NASA today was called NACA, NACA, aka NAGA. And when you dig into that, you got a whole nother story, man. Got a lot of treats for y'all, man, that people don't talk about. I'm really not into taking shots at other people anymore. You know, I don't even want to mention them. But Bro Sanchez, you know what I'm saying? He is not telling people. Bro Sanchez started the real space race with Jack Parsons, literally. In chapter 2, next gazy shit real quick. Sham gang. Let me show this too. So, so if you look at when the $5 Indian situation happened, Indian land for sale, get a home of your own, easy payments, perfect title of possession within 30 days, find land in the West. They weren't talking about the Midwest. They were talking about after they came over here and did this fuckers and some goddamn green lady and shit and some goddamn Star Lord motherfucker and all that damn fairy tale shit, more details and all that stuff. But that's when these $5 Indian situation and these Iron Eyes Codys and these Tontos started making their way over here. And you could get into Hollywood, the real name of Hollywood and all that. I'm gonna share all that stuff next week, man. Michonne prove that before all them other civilizations, you had the heaven civilization. You had the archangel civilization. You had the fallen angel civilization. Predates all that shit. All right, let me get this other shit. Jack Parsons, punk ass. Let me find this shit. God damn it, where this shit at? Damn. I'll do this stuff, man. I'll be showing y'all some crazy shit next Monday. All right, it should take too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and. Man, I could have swore it was right over here. God damn, where this shit at? Damn, I couldn't have done this shit this far back. All right, let me go ahead and go. Damn, y'all serious? Shit gonna take forever. All right, hold on. Oh shit! Come on. Make sure I ain't fuck my sound up. Test 1 2 1 2. Oh shit! Come on. There we go. Okay. Load these up. So that's why Hollywood is ran out of California. That's why all this shit going on. I'm not gonna go into the details of it because they be hating when you really dig in and talking about that stuff. On a private bill or contact me. You know, what I'm saying I clear a lot of shit up about California that people don't know about and why these things are here in California. Hollywood and the media controls the minds of the world, y'all, and the minds of the way that you perceive the world, and it's operating right out of Los Angeles County in Hollywood, in the studios in Hollywood and around Hollywood. A lot of the most perverted nonsense going on too. Michael Jackson had that giant estate. Michael Jackson knew about what California looked like from above too. He knew about Los Angeles. A lot of people know about this shit. This is a big ass secret. It's a big ass secret. Uh, oh man, I clicked on the wrong. Let me get the right one first. Hold on, I don't read that yet. That was the right one. So, for my good flat earth brothers and sisters of the feather, um, Jack Parson, you can't have no fucking space race without the person who invented the rocket engine. Well, he came up with my people, but the rocket engine to use castable composite rocket propellants. He did that, and when they shot that shit up, they looked at Earth with cameras. They're holding this shit and keeping it secret. And I have a lot of black and white images of when they were doing this. So you don't have a space race without a motherfucker giving you the ability to go in the air. And going into space and all that shit, story for another day. Rather you believe that stuff or don't believe it. I personally don't, but I'm trying to knock anybody shit. So you see California Institute of Technology, you see Thelamite, all the devil worshippers came right here to California. Bohemian Grove is in California. It's like y'all come on, y'all. Start putting this shit together, man. That shit's right here. It's right here. You wait for it to load on the screen. All right. I went to PCC myself, but this person brought this Aleister Crowley nonsense over here. This Ordo Templi Orientis in 1941 right here. All right. This is where where's you have Disneyland in Florida. They call it Disney World, and there's some sick shit they got going on over there too. I'm not taking away from any other part of America. There's some great shit all through America, Canada, Mexico, Central America, of course, Mexico, Central America, South America, and the islands. That is mind blowing. So these lodges, they sit on this information. They sit on this information, y'all. They they know about this shit. They know about these stories. So when you get down to it, and I'm gonna start showing that whole Mesopotamia story of Inky, Enlil, you know, what they call that shit, Enuma, Elish, the whole Eris Kegel, the seven was it Jaga, the uh Utu. Man, I don't even want to do that to y'all right now, man. The dude who put that shit together of the so-called, what's that, the damn, what cave was that shit? I remember that shit. But the World Church is located in Pasadena. Jordan Maxwell used to go through Pasadena and teach. If you know about him, he passed recently. There's so much shit that is going on around this area. And, you know what I'm saying, don't sleep on it. If y'all in California, you better go look at this shit, man. Go check this shit out. You see this shit for yourself. It's in your face. And when you see this shit for yourself, and then you get an understanding of what's going on and what they're hiding and what they don't want you to know, the bits and pieces that they're giving you to see. Like next week, I'm gonna show you. Like I've already showed the Devil's Punch Bowl, the Devil's Pear Blossom, and what it looks like from above. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. I'm gonna show y'all Devil's Gate Dam. I'm gonna show y'all why it's called Devil. Why the fallen angel shit is all here. Why you go up into the middle of California, that's the Archangel Michael's land. You come down here, it's the Archangel San Gabriel land. The valley where NASA JPL headquarters and all that shit is. You have the Rose Bowl right there. Then you have the Archangel Raphael. San Raphael Hills are right there. They all these names are in these specific areas for a reason and nowhere else. So I'm sitting on that info, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And the some might be thinking, so whoop-de-doo, what are you gonna do with it? Man, this shit is putting me in a higher perspective and learning these things and seeing what's going on has given me the ability to create diagrams to create a technology for the future that I sit on. So I mean, who riding with me, man? You in for a ride? You know, what I'm saying everybody get, the haters or whatever. I got a lot of haters, which is a good thing. Because if I didn't have haters, I'm definitely not doing what my ancestors will appreciate. You know what I'm saying? I'm making sure that when I go and join my ancestors, I'm gonna go in there with open hands. I'm not gonna get slapped. You were stealing motherfuckers' information like it was yours. Or you were over there lying about being a black European. Or you were acting like you was a goddamn Muslim, knowing damn well some goddamn retarded uh, uh, I don't even want to call their names out, man. They made that shit up. Or you thought you was a goddamn Hindu. Or you thought you was a goddamn boogie damn Buddhism motherfucker. My ancestors are going to embrace me when I join them. And I'm going to make sure that I create a future better. I create some shit. And I'm looking for like minds. And those who are really down, who are really about that life. I should have put that image for the thumbnail. It's really about that life. We can do it. So I'm gonna start sharing some shit, man. I'm gonna really start sharing some shit that a lot of people don't know. It's gonna be from me for the Aboriginal community. It's gonna really make people think. It's gonna make people do something. You know, I'm not really here to be popular. I'm not here to appease. I'm not your favorite YouTuber, any of that shit. I'm the person that gets his knuckles bloody and scarred up and dirty. Person that has the ability to construct shit. I've done construction, demolition. I'm the person that has the ability to heal people. Been a massage therapist, done Tai Chi. No real martial arts. I know the rat skills too, the technology of the human body, the body language, and understanding that shit. I understand the herbs. I can get down to the real roots of real fruits, vegetables, and nuts and grains that are not tainted, that are not hybrid. I sit on all that shit, but I'm not trying to be popular. I'm not trying to be what Sister Bethy wants me to be. Yeah, I said your name, Sister Bethy. I'm not trying to be what they want me to be. I want to be what the generations 500 years later will say. When they realize all these other monuments is fake as fucking these pseudo ass guardians to the galaxy motherfuckers, it's some fake shit. I want to be the one that they say that's Matthew Douglas Craig. That motherfucker discovered shit. Man, he built this shit over here, and this shit is still working today. Man, and we go buy a TV right now. That motherfucker broke in 3 years. But 20 years ago, my TV, that shit probably still work right now, wherever the hell it is. So I'm gonna bring together the way technology is today, the way technology was when our ancestors invented the shit, and even the stuff they invented and innovated from the past and combine it together to make some shit. I'm not sharing too much because I'm gonna keep it 100. Shit's priceless. Shit's worth trillions. Shit's worth billions. You don't have enough dollars to afford it, but if you come and really be a part of the things that we're doing in this Aboriginal community, you'll be a part of it too. I'm not trying to sell people a dream. I'm not goddamn. Let me not even go there. I'm not trying to play games with this shit, y'all. I'm really about that life. Really ready to do this shit. I'm not getting any younger. I'll be 41. What, next week? I'm not trying to work, call somebody boss past the age of 45. I'm trying to be fuck president of the United States and the president of the damn planet. Because I could do a better job than what everybody's doing right now. Personally, and I know many in the Aboriginal community feel that they can do that too. So if you feel that you really about